So today we're going to continue with Nectar of Instruction, except I haven't looked at the verse. Let me see. Text 6. There's some really difficult. Oh, this is okay. Okay. Some of the verses toward the end are really difficult meter. This one's okay. Text 6. Dṛṣṭaiḥ svabhāva-janitair vapuṣaś doṣair na prākṛtatvam bhakta janasya paśyet gaṅgāmbhasāṁ na khalu budbuda-phena-paṅkair brahma-dravatvam apagacchati nīra-dharmaiḥ. Not too bad. Translation. Being situated in his original Krishna conscious position, a pure devotee does not identify with the body. Such a devotee should not be seen from a materialistic point of view. Indeed, one should overlook a devotee's having a body born in a low family, a body with a bad complexion, a deformed body, or a diseased or infirm body. According to ordinary vision, such imperfections may seem prominent in the body of a pure devotee. But despite such seeming defects, the body of a pure devotee cannot be polluted. It is exactly like the waters of the Ganges, which sometimes during the rainy season are full of bubbles, foam, and mud. The Ganges waters do not become polluted. Those who are advanced in spiritual understanding will bathe in the Ganges without considering the condition of the water. Very nice. So, the material body is always going to be full of so many faults. Material bodies are always imperfect. There's always something wrong. Never is there a time when this material body is perfect. And even if such perfection seems to exist, like some people are very good looking by nature, but if you begin to inquire into their actual condition, their actual situation, we see that actually they have so many troubles, so many problems, so many difficulties. People in this world desire fame. They desire material perfections, which lead to attracting a lot of attention. But you find that when you have that attention, it starts to consume all your time and energy just to keep up with it, just to respond to it, just to deal with it. It's not really very much fun at all. It's more like a lot of hard work. That's why you have these Hollywood stars, you know, like throwing bricks at reporters and stuff like this, because they're just tired of the constant attention. It's too much. So meanwhile, the pure devotees, they're off away from the public view. They're in a very, very secluded place, a place where other pure devotees are there to associate with. Because a pure devotee doesn't like to associate with materialistic people. They don't enjoy the same things, they don't do the same things, they don't appreciate life in the same way at all. So neither do they spend a lot of time on, you know, going to the orthodontist and having perfect teeth, or going to you know, various doctors and people like this, and having perfect skin and perfect hair and perfect fingernails and all that stuff that materialistic people consider very important. Because all of those things are just trivial. They're all just superficial, inconsequential. Now, ordinary people consider these things very important. But true spiritual people, especially the pure devotees, they don't even consider this body to be very important or significant. Yet, the body of a pure devotee is pure by virtue of the fact that it is engaged constantly in devotional service to the Lord. The pure devotee doesn't have any material activities. Consequently, the body of a pure devotee is surcharged with transcendental energy. And simply by being in the presence of a pure devotee, one is exposed to vibrations of prema, of spiritual love. Who came up with that expression, a bubble of love? Was that you? Can't I? That when we were in Mexico, yeah. Right? Yeah, and here we were in the middle of this little town, and there was all kinds of nonsense going on, you know. But we were like in this bubble of love, you know. We had this house, big house on, well, big for that place anyway. But we had this house on like a hectare of land, which was very nicely landscaped and gardened. All kinds of exotic plants were there. And the flowers were blooming all time of the year, and, you know, it was really a lovely place. And there we were. We didn't really have much to do with anybody else, and we were just chanting a lot, doing a lot of devotional service. And we felt like we were in this bubble of love. Well, of course, the radiations, vibrations of love are coming from the holy name, coming from Kṛṣṇa within the heart, reciprocating our devotional service. So naturally, other people who are around can also feel that. Yeah, I keep saying this isn't rocket science. I mean, in a way it is, because it's different from material existence. We're on a transcendental platform of existence. And whether we're in the material world or we're in the spiritual world, we have an ecstatic relationship with Kṛṣṇa. And other people can feel that, you know. People say, they look at us and they say, well, there's just something special about you guys. Oh, I wonder what that could be. You know, who else wears all white, you know? But even, you know, what's that? Oh, well, yeah, we're not concerned with them. But in our tradition, of course, the Babajis wear white. We may change that when we go to India. We may adopt a saffron color. We'll have to see. Because we don't really want to attract so much attention. We don't want to be like so famous. I remember when we went to India the first time, oh my God, we were like rock stars. Everywhere we went, we would attract a crowd. You know, I mean, you couldn't even just go down to the stall on the corner and buy a banana without attracting a huge crowd. And they're all like, you know, looking at, watching every move you made, you know. You know, so it was really crazy. So we don't really want to attract that kind of attention. When we preach, yes, because we're representing Kṛṣṇa. We're trying to repeat Kṛṣṇa's words and give Kṛṣṇa's message and his teaching the way it is. But otherwise, we're not so concerned with that, you know. We're not so concerned with the happiness and distress of the material body. Confirmed. You know, the material body is always in some kind of distress. You know, there's always something that aches or something that gets cut or, you know, we're hungry, we're thirsty, we're hot, we're this, we're that. So something's always going on, some disturbance or some distress in this material world. But the devotee doesn't think about that. The devotee is always thinking about Kṛṣṇa. And Kṛṣṇa is what's really important. I mean, every day now, I've had a lot of requests for astrology readings, Jyotish readings. And almost every day I'm doing a reading. And almost every day, I have to tell these people, look, you have good karma. Most of the people who get astrology readings from me have pretty good karma, or they wouldn't even find our site, you know. So they have to have pretty good karma just to, huh? Some karma points, yes. We have karma points on our website. So they have to find, at least they have to have some good karma. And we rarely see people with less than 5 or 6 Raja Yogas in their chart, you know, which gives them the ability to live in a developed country, Western country, and have, you know, the normal, what we consider the normal facilities of life. But actually, these things are coming regardless of whether they work or they don't work. This is something that materialistic people find very difficult to understand, that your karma is coming to you whether you work for it or you don't. See? As long as you have some means to accept the results of your previous activities, then you're going to get them.